Greetings, mate, and welcome aboard Stuart Charles here, HomeStudioBasics.com, helping you make sound decisions. So, to start, the Studio Max is tuned well and has fantastic resolution. It's mostly balanced with some added bass emphasis and good bounce, especially on a track like In Together Now from Method Man and Limp Bizkit. Worried about these emphasizing the mud regions? Don't be. The bass is punchy but controlled and never gets out of line. Pay attention to the source file for abnormalities in the response. I started this demo by listening to quite a lot of music and found some commonalities in familiar tracks. From micro detail to lyrical clarity, background voices and other miscellaneous sounds, the Studio Max 2 is incredibly revealing. This is great news if, like me, you go back and forth between studio monitors like the Yamaha HS7s and headphones. Studio Max 2, as it turns out, is a great companion, enabling you to fine-tune a mix and identify problem areas as well as other elements you'd like to highlight / bring attention to. Featuring 3rd generation Rapid Wireless Plus tech, it boasts 9 millisecond ultra-low latency wireless transmission in 4 connectivity modes: DJ wireless, 3.5mm wired, 6.35mm wired, and Bluetooth. With the OneOdio app, there's personalized control and adjustment of sound effects, connection modes, and other parameters, creating a customized auditory experience. And with the included M2 transmitter, you're afforded freedom of movement, lossless quality, 50 hours of battery life, and virtually no delay during live shows. Studio Max 2 also boasts 120 hours of playback on a single charge, and it's high-res certified across the board. You may be wondering how comfortable it is over extended listening sessions. I'll say that for me, comfort is a bit of a mixed bag. The good news is that it's not very intrusive and feels light enough for marathon sessions. Clamping force is excellent, and the protein leather cups are soft, supple, and spacious, though a little shallower than those of the Studio Max 1. Still, I don't feel my ears touching the cloth covering the drivers, so all is well. My one gripe is the headband, which does tend to dig after about an hour or so and creates some pretty uncomfortable hot spots on my noggin. A small adjustment will do the trick, but this is certainly something to keep in mind. Build and profile are about the same as the Studio Max 1 and very good. It's made mostly of plastic with numbered metal headband adjustments and a malleable overall profile that fares well for portable use. The cups rotate, fold, and collapse in almost any direction, and the aesthetic really matches its intended use. DJs, producers, and the like will certainly appreciate its flexibility. Speaking of DJs, the Max 2 was created in collaboration with world-renowned DJ and producer Cashmere, and what a fine collaboration it turned out to be. Like him, I also, quote, demand absolute honesty from my headphones. He goes on to say, as a producer, the vibe is delicate. Studio Max 2 provides that transparent, professional sound that allows you to trust your creative decisions, whether you're on stage or in a hotel room. He's absolutely correct, and the real draw here is certainly resolution, an astonishing improvement from the original Max 1. There are many great examples that I'll quickly touch on, but one that really stood out to me came when listening to Saint South's Does Your Brain Ever Get This Loud? I thought I kept hearing birds outside my apartment, but pausing, the song revealed they actually came from the background of the composition and were pretty distant. This is the subtlety of detail that you can expect from Studio Max 2, and as a producer I can assure you it is perhaps its best selling point. Other examples include voices in the background at around 1 minute on The Japanese House, Sunshine Baby, more decipherable lyrics on White Flag by 8-4 and Kayla Michael, extreme micro detail and background sounds coming through better on Renegades by Sleepy Tigers. On Nothing Is Real by Boards of Canada, you can actually hear a conversation going on in the background, and on Half Tribes From One Point to Another, you can hear sirens. Naturally, I thought these came from the busy highway I live right next to, but alas, the Studio Max 2 is very revealing. These extremely subtle cues, in addition to great resolution and separation, work perfectly for critical listening tasks and production work. The Studio Max 2 also has good tonality with a warmish lean. I would have liked a bit more of a surgical sound, but I'm not complaining too much. It's much clearer than the Studio Max 1, and that's what's most important. More on that in a sec. For the most part, the unique tone of instruments comes through as it should, but the sound sometimes has a dry, flat character to it. Soundstage is about average, maybe slightly above depending on the track. With some songs you can certainly feel a nice sense of space, width, and depth, but it's occasional rather than the norm, and it depends more on the song than being a clear strength of the headphones. Another bit of excellent news is that the Studio Max 2, to my ears, is much better sounding than the original. While I had some somewhat significant concerns about Max 1's woolly, boxed-in, clammy sounding profile, Max 2 improves across the board. It sounds clearer, more open, and has a crisp attack that the original sorely lacked. If Max 1 is missing snap and zip, the upgraded second version really improves in all facets. No longer does it sound like there's a thin layer of mud covering the frequency response. Max 1 sounds pushed back, even underwater to an extent. Max 2 really highlights and brings to the forefront the deficiencies present in the original, all of which I discuss in depth in the original article, linked below. And when you consider just how much resolution is improved in the Max 2, it makes complete sense like common. Final verdict: OneOdio Studio Max 2 is a solidly built, highly functional headphone with great resolution, spacing, and micro detail. Comfort is a mixed bag, but still mostly good, and it comes with enough accessories to keep most people satisfied like a Snickers. And you're not you when you're hungry! Additionally, they make excellent general listening headphones and aren't hard to drive at 34 ohm impedance and 98 decibel sensitivity. Baseball games, podcasts, whatever music you like, film, and even gaming can work. Expect to hear a whole heck of a lot more than you expect. That much is certain. And that's it. But always remember to keep it dummy thick. Aight? Blow on them.